Hi there, I'm John Shields and welcome to Chesapeake Bites. Today we are going to make one of my favorites, a St. Mary County oyster stew. So the first thing I did is to render some bacon. This is, when we're thinking of Southern Maryland, you need bacon. It kind of gives it that flavor, but I'm not leaving it in the pot. I just rendered it to get some of the bacon fat out. And that's in the bottom of the pot. And we're going to leave it in the bottom of the pot because I have some onions. Put some of those in there. Some diced onions and some diced celery, like so. And I'm going to give that a good stir. Let me turn that up a little bit here so we can get that cooking. Now this is an aroma that they should probably package, that you can spray around your house. And that's that aroma of onions and celery sauteing in bacon fat. I don't think there's any way to replicate that aroma. It's just amazing. All right, so I'm letting that go. In the meantime, over here, I've taken some half and half from our local South Mountain Creamery, and I'm bringing that up kind of to a simmer. I don't need to actually boil it. We're just going to do that. So as you're sauteing, sometimes you can call it a saute. Back in my grandmother's day, they would always say, you want to sweat those onions and the celery. So you're not getting them really, really soft. They're just going just a tiny bit limp, and then as soon as you have that, then you're ready to go. So let's see, what do we have here? We need about 3 tablespoons of flour in here. 1, 2, and 3. So what am I doing? This is a culinary question. What am I doing? I'm making a roux. Whenever you're taking flour and some kind of oil, could be butter, could be olive oil, could be vegetable oil, and you cook them together, that means you're making a roux. So since this is a oyster stew, we don't want a really dark roux. You just want to cook it for a couple of minutes, maybe 2-3 minutes, just to get that kind of floury taste out of there. All right, very nice. All right, let's move back to our simmering pot of half and half. While that's doing that, I have some Chesapeake shucked oysters. And do you see the oyster liquor here? Don't ever throw that away. This is like amazing stuff. So I'm pouring that right in there. A little bit of it got away. And basically what I'm doing is I'm just going to poach this just until the oysters start to kind of curl around the edge. Okay, we got that going there. Let me bring this one up a little bit more. Okay. You're working a couple things at the same time here. Don't worry. It all works out. And I usually like to use one of, like Le Creuset or a heavy pot when I'm making it. It's a good even heat and you won't burn your vegetables that way. All right, this is looking good. Let me see how my little, they're coming along nicely. Very good. You see, they're just getting ready to curl around the edges there. Okay, so while that's going around, I'll flavor it a little bit. I'm going to put just about a teaspoon of Old Bay. I'll put that, of Worcestershire. Sorry, Worcestershire. Put that in there. I'm going to put a tiny bit of salt and pepper in. Boom, like that. And then I'm going to put about a teaspoon or so of Old Bay. That's the our Chesapeake spice. And we have got the Worcestershire sauce in there. So I think we're pretty good. We have a very nicely flavored thing with the oysters. And now, by the magic of television, we're going to start pouring this in here. Okay, I'm going to stir that around. So as it's cooking, obviously we just made a roux. It's going to start to thicken. So let me put a little bit more in here. Get these oysters in there. Oh, this is a beautiful thing. So I'll just turn this up a second, and we're going to give this just about 5 minutes, and we are going to have a beautiful Southern Maryland oyster stew. All right, the oysters are perfect. They've just curled up lovely. Going to get that. Put that right into the bowl. Oh my gosh, look at it. Juicy, plump Southern Maryland oysters. Now, traditionally, to finish this dish, what they'll do is just take a dollop of softened butter, put that right into the center, and then just a little tiny pinch of cayenne pepper, or I guess you could also do just a little dusting of Old Bay. Now, you remember when we started this whole thing, we were rendering bacon and I took it out and so we could use the bacon fat. Well, I had some lovely crispy bacon, so I just chopped a little of that, and we're going to put that right on top of our absolutely gorgeous St. Mary's County oyster stew. So as always, I'd like to thank you for spending the time over here at Chesapeake Bites, hanging out with us, seeing what it is that we like to cook and what we like to eat around the Chesapeake Bay. I think we have some of the best food in the world, and I guess most of you agree with me. And the way that you'll find that best is to get out in the world. Go to a local fishmonger. You can find some of that on Maryland's Best Seafood. You can go to the farmer's market for all the lovely vegetables that we had, or you can go to an independent market. But what I'm talking about is you spending your money right here local, because the money goes back into the communities. It helps them thrive. And actually, it's good for the bay and it's good for our bodies, all one bite at a time. So if you want to understand how that whole thing works, what I would tell you to do is go to www, and that means World Wide Web in case you're not sure, ourcommontable.org. We have so much information there, and you can also see many, many, many of our Chesapeake Bites that we've done in the past. And it also gives you some great information about the local food economy. So do like I say, get the things that are all from around here. Bring your family and your friends together and enjoy the best that the Chesapeake has to offer. And remember, as I always tell you, get ye to the farmer's market. Thanks so much for watching. We hope that you got some ideas to recreate in your own kitchen and learned a little something along the way. For more information on our common table and our mission to eat well, protect our environment, and rebuild the local food economy one dish at a time, check out our website and join us on social media.